So what is the trap of modern society? Well, increasingly we're seeing people chained to a job that they don't like. They're stuck in debt, they're chasing things that they didn't even want to pursue when they were younger. They get caught up in a system that is making them more in debt and chasing on the hamster wheel more than ever before. Not only that, but they've got looming over their shoulders their jobs getting replaced, AI coming in. What is the answer to all this? Well, one of the things that is really helpful is to understand how the ancient Greeks used to operate. They operated on something called the Telos. Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of the ancient age, and a philosopher that we draw on in the modern day for a lot of our ideas, he knew about the Telos and he would teach it in the Lyceum. And what they would teach on is how an individual could find the Telos. So he believed that everyone and everything had an end, un and of, unto itself. And somewhere along the way, in the Dark Ages, we lost the concept of the Telos. We didn't focus on it. We went into obedience and slavitude. And then, as we cruised on out of that, we hit the Industrial Revolution, where it was all focused on obedience, and it was focused on punctuality, and it was focused on efficiency. And in fact, the whole schooling system got set up based on that. It came down to people focusing on doing whatever they could to get the job in the Industrial Revolution so they'd be set up for life. And along that path came injected values. It started in society in the big level, let's say billboards and the radio and the white picket fences, living the American dream if you're from America. But every society had their form of it, particularly in the West. And in the East, it was a bit more obscure. It wasn't so much about individualism, it was about pleasing your parents and being loyal and doing the things that was subservient to the greater good of society. But they ended up in the same endpoint. People lost their talents, they lost their authenticity. They ended up doing things that would basically arrive them to be accepted in society's eyes, but lose sight of pleasing themselves, pleasing their inner voice. So why is it important that we bring back this concept of Telos, particularly in the modern day, as we head towards this era where we're going to be in for some huge upsets with AI. We're going to be in for a meaning crisis. Why is it increasingly important to understand this concept of the Telos? The reason why it's important is because you'll never get beyond taking personal responsibility, and you'll never get beyond conscious control. The moment you drift into unconscious control and you let the environment take over and dictate what you think, feel and do, guess what? You're going to become an automaton. You're going to become triggered by your environment, whether you like it or not. So by taking control back and understanding this concept of the Telos, you're going to be able to order your mind, order your resources, get on your highest priority every day and seek your Telos. More coming later.